Hey explorers, I'm Jay.
And I'm Patrick.
And here we are in Pacific Palisades, California in Rustic Canyon.
Going out looking at Murphy's Ranch, a Nazi compound that was right here in Los Angeles, California. Murphy's Ranch. Let's go. Okay, so here we are. We're at one of the first sets of steps that leads down to Murphy's Ranch. The members would patrol the ranch and be on the lookout for people trying to come in, etc. So this is one set of stairs, and we're gonna check these out now.
The steps on these stairs are really narrow, just about the width of our shoes. So one wrong step and that spells disaster.
Remember, always use the handrail. Wow, okay, so that was a long set of steps. But at the base, you end up on another road, which maybe this was the road into, maybe it was the road into the ranch. We're gonna find out. But you can kind of see where the road goes off, and there's some retaining walls along the side as you go down. But there's the pathway where we came out. And then as you go up, more retaining walls, really badly beat up road.
So check this out. These are the remnants of the gardens here at Murphy Ranch. And they were completely self-sustaining. They'd grow their own food. They had their own power, which was generated from generators and machinery. But yeah, this is what you got here. You got some raised concrete planter beds. It's surrounded by an outer wall. It's here on the hillside, so I'm not exactly sure why they chose this spot. It's a little dark, but this is what remains of their garden area. I'm not exactly sure what they were using these areas. I don't know if that's storage or if it was used to grow things. And then again, there's another set of stairs that lead you to who knows where. But even really cool, check out what's down there. Okay, we're approaching one of the last remaining buildings here on the property. In 2016, the city of LA decided to demolish a lot of the buildings that were here. they just weren't safe enough. They were collapsing, and it was just too much of a danger to have them accessible to the public. But what you see here is the machine shop. It's completely covered with graffiti now, but you can still see that all the walls are still in place. Yeah, the windows are completely boarded up. Who's this character? Kind of reminds me of that book, Where the Wild Things Are. And here's the backside of the machine shop. Again, there's not much here. It's still boarded up. It's completely graffitied up. Check out that door. And whoa! What's down there? So in 1933, Will Rogers sold 50 acres of land to Jessie Murphy.
But that wasn't her real name. Her real name was Winona Stevens. Her and her husband,
Norman,
ended up buying this from them.
they wanted to live off of the grid.
They were trying to do everything. They had gardens, there was a power building, water tanks, propane tanks, everything, so that they could live on their own. Unfortunately for them, the federal government was aware of them being here and were kind of keeping a close eye on them.
She ended up meeting a German man by the name of Herr Schmidt, and he ended up convincing her that she needed to build a self-sustaining community. And the reason was because he felt that the German army was going to win World War II. And if they won, the whole American society was going to collapse and go through chaos. And during that period of chaos, they needed to find a safe haven. And so they found themselves here. They were much like the doomsday preppers of today.
December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor. December 8th, 1941, the day after, was the day that the feds came in and raided this place.
They end up arresting Herr Schmidt for espionage, and they end up finding that he had these radios that he was communicating back to Germany. So after Herr Schmidt was arrested, Winona Stevens and her husband Norman, they weren't arrested. They actually remained here on the property until 1948. And then in the 1960s and 1970s, this area was occupied by an artist commune. But then there was a big fire that happened in 1978, and it was completely abandoned by that time. It's been abandoned since, and it's being maintained by the Topanga State Park.
So, let's check out the rest of this place. Looks like it was a house of some kind.
Yeah.
There's a fireplace.
And some chimney walls. Sink.
Looks like part of the roof behind those trees.
Ooh, it's like we're in Ireland. Look at the Shamrocks. Here in Rustic Canyon, there's a lot of pine, and you can see right here, this one's got some charred surface. I don't know if that's from the Mandeville fire back in 1978, which led to the eventual abandonment of this area. I'm not a fan of clowns, but a clown in the woods? Ooh, no.
So here we are at the front side of what looks like it used to be the stable here. And as you can see some of the remnants of the stable right through that main doorway there on the first floor. Let me see, zoom in a little. Looks like maybe a stable door. You can see where the roof collapsed. what used to be part of the second floor.
Check it out. There's a big hole cut into the fence. Should we check it out? Wow, look at this. I mean, it's got all the graffiti on it. But this place looks like it was in a war zone. These are what we're presuming are the stables, or the remnants of the stables. And we just had some recent rains. And I'm guessing more of this collapse happened during that time. But yeah, let's check out what's here in this building. I'm a little weary because of the recent collapse. Look at that, you got troughs, or are those chicken nesting boxes? Oh yeah, wow. This doesn't look too good. There's an old sink. And on this side of the building, alright, I better get out of here. I don't like the feeling of knowing that this just collapsed recently, especially if I'm standing underneath it. That's it? These are the stairs to nowhere. Check this out. After climbing a ridiculous amount of stairs, we made it to this water tank. This huge water tank. And got a smaller tank over there. And some pipelines that fed the water down the hill where the ranch was. But you can see it's totally covered with graffiti. It's really amazing how the people who lived here really tried to live off the grid. They had their own water supply and basically their own plumbing system here to get the water running through their home. But yeah, it's really beautiful up here. We're surrounded by scrub oak and some pine trees and some eucalyptus. It really has this really untouched feeling of what California was like years and years ago. You can see down here in the canyon. Isn't that beautiful? It's such a beautiful day today too. But yeah, check that out. There's the water tank. I don't know when this last held water, but at one time this held 395,000 gallons of water. By the holes and breaks here at the bottom of the tank, I think it's been a while since it's held 1 gallon of water. It's too bad that because this is such a strange and eerie place, it's still got a lot of history, but unfortunately there hasn't been much effort to preserve the historical value of this place. So a lot of it's going to ruins, a lot of it's being destroyed, and very few things are left of Murphy's Ranch. And another one of the worthwhile reasons to come up here to Murphy Ranch is the beautiful vistas, the view of Santa Monica, Palos Verdes in the background, and the beautiful Pacific Ocean.
Alright guys, so we're back up on the fire road. We've checked everything out that we could find here from Murphy's Ranch.
Thanks for joining us on this adventure. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to follow and like, share, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We hope you join us on our next adventure. Remember, where we don't just travel,
We explore.
See you next time.
Bye.
Usually when I see a swastika, I walk the other way, but this tells me I'm going in the right direction.